Every winter, Rod Rainey from R&R Entertainment in Canton, Ohio, puts together a Canton Cruise-Arama with some of the best cars you'll find anywhere. This is just a small sample of some of the cars that were there this time. While we were at the show, we ran into a couple of guys from RocknRoll Capital Street Machines. We'll feature one of their cruise-ins in a later issue of Vintage Vehicle Videos.
My name's Ed Pizak. I'm president of RocknRoll Capital Street Machines. This is George Lumberman. He's past president of the club. We're here today at the Canton Cruise-Arama. We brought a small group of our club cars, a small representation of what's in our club. This one is a Cobra replica. We made this over a span of 3 years. The family helped us build it and some friends. We built it from scratch. We bought the body and all the work was done in our house, in our little shop in the back. It was even painted back there. We use it for local shows, cruises. We go to open track events with it.
Yeah, it's a 71 Plymouth Duster. It's an original car, original 70,000 miles on the car. It's driven, it's raced, it's shown. It's broken and it's fixed many times, but it's a lot of fun. It's a great car to just get in and drive. 61 Bonneville convertible, which is one of the members' cars. In fact, this is the first show, first time out. The cars just came out, was just finished, and it's absolutely beautiful. Also, we have a 55 Chevy convertible, which is another member's car. And last but not least, a 62 Chevy Impala. Like I said, there's a very small handful of cars that we have in our club.
Hi, my name is Kelly McFarland, and my dad and I own this 1963 Plymouth Belvedere, and the car was all original. It was white. This fender was actually dented, wrecked in the front. We totally restored the car, took everything off of it, pulled the old engine. It's a 413 engine, bored to 420, and we redid the underneath, painted the underneath to match the car. It's polished and painted underneath. There isn't anything on the car that hasn't at least been touched and redid. And this is one of our favorites, and we had a lot of fun working on it. It's a lot of hard work, but it paid off. So,
my name is Chuck Wallace. I live in North Canton, Ohio. This is my 32 Chevy. I've had it for 35 years. It's a one-of-a-kind color. It's a red pearl candy over a silver base. And basically I put it all together myself. Basically we have a 350 cubic inch Chevy. It's a 1990. The body is constructed with a wood skeleton inside. A lot of guys take the wood out and replace it with steel, but I replaced it with all the original wood.
Hi, I'm Scott Connolly from Connolly's Unlimited Upholstery. We put these at the right height for Chuck. The dashboard's completely been customized. The waterfall has been completely customized.
I did an awful lot. It just took me a long time to build.
Hi, I'm Joe Turco from Malvern, Ohio. It's a 41 Willys and an outlaw body, and we built it about 2.5 years. Just kind of an old car we tried to put together. It's got a 502 with a 871 blower, two 750s, and interior was done by Portage Trim. And paint and body by Dave Almacy and 2000 Jaguar Blue. Just an old timer.
My name is Paul Craig, and I live in Uniontown, Ohio, east of Akron. Right? We started about 4 years ago, and we went through a number of things. I had a 34 Ford when I bought this one. Then we did a number of things to it. We actually started from scratch. Of course, we did a paint job on it that was like, you can see as primo, and it actually ran into it's called Flame Red Pearl.
My name is Harold Miller. I'm known as Pee Wee Miller. My dad purchased the car 3 years ago with no motor, no transmission. It's a 1971 Ford Pinto. Drag race it all over northeastern Ohio. Runs 1220s and a quarter mile. It's a 302. It's got a stock bottom end. It's got a big hydraulic cam in it. It's a 544 lift. Stock heads are poured and polished. 456 gears in the rear end. C4 transmission. If you're ever in South Canton, Ohio, Magnolia, from the Magnolia drag strips, 8-mile track. It's a fun place, small track, fun place to be.
Hi, my name's Dan Mikey from Canton, Ohio. I got this car. It's an 82 Mercury Capri. It's got a 302 in it, 4-speed. It was an original 302. It had the 4-speed in it, or the 4-barrel on it. We took it out, put a bigger cam in it. It's got two 650 carburetors on it now. Turns 1180s at the track in the quarter mile. This year we're going to be running at Magnolia Drag Strip, which is an 8-mile track. Then we'll see what it's going to do from there.
67 Chevy pickup. My name's Bob Holshoe. They call me Greasy. I'm from Austintown, Ohio. It has 31-inch tires on the back, 21.5 wide, and it gets 10 miles a gallon of gas, and it just scoots down the highway. But overall, it's a nice running vehicle.
We're here today with James Martin. James is deaf, and he built this car himself. The car, as you can see from the picture, was a total mess. The car, the undercarriage is perfect. It's all smooth. The frame is smooth. Has a 350 engine.
This interior is made out of tweed. We hand sculpted designs in the bottom of the doors, which also returned into the back of the doors and around like the trunk area.
Okay, I'm Gordon Crow. My wife's name's Carol. This is our 1952 Anglia. It took us 8 years to get this done. We've been driving it, racing it since 1994, and we've just been having a blast with it. There's a small block Chevy in it, supercharged. We've got Sumi headers on it. Like I say, the blower, the Hillborn scoop, chop top, and I just really like the old gasser style cars.
Bill Sheets. I live in North Canton. This is a 1959 Studebaker called the Flintstone Flyer. This car was built in Massillon, Ohio, and ran e-gas at the Nationals in 1964 at Indy. The car is a small block Chevy with a 57 Pontiac rear end. It was featured in Hot Rod magazine September of 1964. It has a Crosley steering box and a Ford Econoline front end. And the front end tilts. This tilts up to get in to work on the engine. The battery is in the trunk, which gave it weight for the weight transfer. Here, I'll show you this. The battery has a Caterpillar battery in the back out of a Caterpillar bulldozer. This is also a parachute. It did have a parachute. It has 49 Chevy truck brakes on it, so it needed the parachute to stop it. And it's signed by the original owners up here who built the car. And then my friend from Custom Auto Body, who actually, his boss painted the car in 1963, repainted the car for me last year. The window in the firewall, that was to reach in and turn the magneto when he wanted to, when he pulled up on the line to race it. It has a Muncie 4-speed in it with a Hurst shifter, Volkswagen bucket seats, and these orange plexiglass windows, these are the original ones. This is new. The big ones were, but I didn't change the little ones.
I'm Donny George from Seville, Ohio, and took us 4.5 years to restore this. It's a 1957 Chevy Bel Air convertible, and we just got it done Wednesday and brought it up here to have it to show it.
My name's Rick Sanciola. I got the 1967 Chevelle. It's out of Texas. Mostly all original, 327, 350 horse. Got approximately about 90,000 miles on it. We drive it everywhere. We go to cruise-ins.
I'm Carl Wilson, and I'm the owner of this 55 Chevy convertible. I restored this, me and my wife. We restored this car together. She did the interior and the wiring, and I did the paint work, the body work. It has a 265 V8 with a Power Glide transmission, and that was the first year for the small V8 for Chevrolet. It's restored back to factory original. It's everything on it is factory colors, factory everything. if you would buy it in the dealership. So.
Marvin Bowden, I'm from Akron. My car is a 38 Plymouth street rod. I've had it about 10 years now. The car is originally from Austin, Texas. I put a Heights front end under it, rack and pinion steering, disc brakes. It's all Chevy powered. It's got a Chevy 350 in it. An R7 overdrive transmission with a Nova rear end. This is actually the first street rod that I ever did. I usually was in muscle cars, you know. I had a 67 Z28 Camaro I did. And some GTOs, I went through that stage, you know, and then I got this one, and here I am now in the street rod. It's a 34 Plymouth Coupe, high boy they call. It's got a brand new 502 motor and blower. It's got about 100 miles on it. It's all brand new. It's an all steel bodies, no fiberglass. And it's been done probably about 4 years now.
Hi, my name's Marty More. I'm the owner and driver of the Hemi Express truck. This truck actually, it's a 1965 Dodge A100, and for anyone that doesn't know, it's a wheel stander. What they do, they pay us, we do exhibition runs at drag strips. We go around and basically what it does, it runs the full quarter mile on the back wheels. This particular truck has a blown alcohol Hemi, 535 cubic inches, making about 2,000 horsepower. It's hard to get used to. People ask me how long it takes you to get the hang of driving it, and I tell them to ask me in 30 years and maybe I could give them a better answer. A lot of the guys like Riggle, Bill Maverick Golden, and a lot of them that's been doing it for years say it's a constant learning experience. You know, it's something new and different happening all the time. We've had some close calls with it. Probably the closest we came, we was at Tri-State Dragway down in Cincinnati last summer with it, and had a real close call. It's an older track with 2 lanes, has grass in the middle, and we ran out on that grass on the back wheels, and that got hairy. Well, the way this is set up, this is a V-drive in the back end here. It's like out of a boat, like a marine application. The power comes out, the rear end's rolled over, so the power comes out into the V-drive. The V-drive turns the power around, sends it back to the rear end. Then to steer it, we have, you can see in the cockpit up here, the 2 levers sticking up, that's individual rear brakes. Just one for the right, one for the left, and it's pretty simple. It's like driving a tractor, only maybe a little bit faster.
I'm Cecil Joe. I live down in Delroy, Ohio, and I originally was in the milk business in Massillon, Ohio. I purchased 2 of these Diffco trucks brand new in 1950 and used them up until the time that I sold the milk business. This has been restored from one of the original ones that I had in 1950 or 51. These vehicles were a real boon to the milk industry due to the fact that they had the drop center. You could work through either side, and they also had a seat in them that you could pull out, ride that seat on long routes and that type of thing. But they were made for the job. This truck is rated at 1.5 tons because at that time the milk was in glass bottles, wooden cases, and didn't take too many of those to make a load. So, but the truck were made for the job. They have a small 4-cylinder engine in them, but the clutch and the brake drums, brake bands are all huge due to the stop and go use of the truck. Yeah, you usually drove standing up all the time.
Tell us about, for somebody who doesn't know anything about, like what all of the pedals, how the pedals
Well, this pedal here, halfway down is clutch, the rest of the way is brake. And it just has a 4-speed forward transmission in it. This is a hand brake because to use the foot brake, you had to throw the clutch out. Now, if you use the hand brake, then you could leave the engine helping hold you back.
And for the throttle, is that basically?
This is the throttle for the foot, yes. If you're sitting, then you use this throttle. They also had a throttle on the gear shift lever. My son purchased one from the basics of this truck was purchased from out in Colorado, and he started about 3 years ago to restore this, and he worked from the frame on up and replaced it. And everything on this truck is stock. There has nothing been modified. It's all stock. That's right. He worked on this for 3 years, and this last summer, I walked in his shop one day and he says, "Hey Dad, come back here. I want to show you something." And I walked in and there this was, just as you're seeing. That's the picture of my son, the one that restored this vehicle. I had this put on my trucks when I was in the milk business, part of the ad. Yeah, you're in the movies now.